Hello, welcome to Secret Werewolf Game. So far, the Stone Steeples has been a pretty bustling place. It's mainly the place in the SEP where a lot of the arms and armaments are crafted, but also, aside from the O'Brien's Tower, it's where sometimes meeting places are held with various packs to discuss things. They could do it out in the open by the stone circles, but no, sometimes it's better to have like at least a place where people can actually sit down and talk, you know, and at the same time be productive about what they want to do. Perhaps there's new things they need. It's kind of like it serves as a mix and match function. So there are several crowds outside talking about various things. You can see these three initially on the outside, more where the general crafting area is going along. Um, in the inside, and one of the more closer actually towards the western gate, because that's where the stone steeples are near, are these three. Inside, generally themselves, are of course these three, which is a big, a far more respected group. And also, as well, off to the side corner are these three discussing various matters as well. So, it's a pretty interesting interesting place to be in.
So it is. Is there a particular type of talk that is audible, or what all we got going on here?
It's kind of like different people in different places, if you get what I'm saying. It's like one person is here. Like these people are often in one of the side rooms, essentially, where some weapons are stored. They're just sitting and talking. These are kind of in the main area. These are closer, like on the pathway leading towards the gate, like the western gate.
Mm-hmm.
And these are in the open craft area.
All right, fuck it. I will, at least when with Maeve coming by, probably to check on the little seed she's planted there, make sure it hasn't been disturbed or anything, make sure she didn't put it in a bad place. But we'll have her come up past the west gate to do so that she can run into Daniel and Nora and co.
Yeah, I mean they're sitting there chatting away.
Yeah, so she'll, I mean, honestly, on the drive by, just be like, hey, busy place today? Kind of glancing past them to the, kind of nodding towards the rest of the spires.
Oh yeah, sorry, I mixed up the group names. You're talking to Nora, Daniel, and Runa, right?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Sorry. It's Nora who answers first. Apparently there is a raid, so well, mission that went awry, so people are talking about it. New initiative is being born. Everybody's trying to just be active.
Yeah, there's a nod and a smile. And actually, she hasn't really seen Nora personally in a while, has she?
No, Nora's been mainly the Primal have been doing a lot of patrol seps, if you get me.
Yep.
They kind of haven't had the chance to really get out in the open, if you get me.
Yeah, they've been stuck on perimeter guard.
Yeah. They've been kind of, I'll put it like this. The Primal have been waiting for an actual target because that's what they're the best suited for. You know what I mean? She's been out fighting. She was part of the group that hit the village while you guys were hitting the mill. If you get me, they're the hammer and anvil essentially.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a nod. And honestly, a concerned glance, and I mean, she'll be keeping an eye on the various other groups, people coming and going. What are they saying went alright?
They said that it's more. Didn't say anything went wrong. It's more. She just keeps a very like calm. Demeanor. She's like, it's not that anything went wrong, as they're discussing strategy. She gives a smile.
Oh. I just thought, oh. A bit of a nod. No glance to the other two. Just waiting for word to come out on what it is?
Apparently, Dermot, Drust, and Sasha are in there talking. Running on. Some of the others have gotten the lowdown, or like the basics, so some are running through some various things. Yeah, Runa just kind of nods again. It's more of the idea that I think now that we've gotten the basic idea of what they're doing, we should figure out where we're going to hit and what we're going to hit. I imagine they're probably going to want to talk to you guys since you were the ones out there, but I imagine Blackbriar filled them in as well. Daniel nods. Dermot's getting up to date, and we'll figure out where we're going and what we're doing after that. So he kind of gives that nod. So basically, people are briefing each other or telling each other, and then it's plan of action. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry, I was probably muted for that.
Yes.
So yeah, she is doing the nod thing, and it's like, yeah, well, I guess that means I should probably wait in and be on hand.
There's just they all three of them kind of give that same general kind of it's probably a good idea. You know what I mean?
I should probably stop hanging out over here then. Oh, okay. Well, the little nod and wave, like, all right, I'll go be at hand for if there are.
If it helps, Nora looks pretty pleased because like I said before, she's probably her pack are probably going to be in the action. You know what I mean? It's that type of vibe. It's like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean?
Oh, Nora. Yeah, that'll work.
Meanwhile, I believe Kian's gone to the stone steps to actually take care of his sword. I'm guessing the equipment is free to use. Toda?
Yes. What were you trying to say? Sorry, one of my exam grades came out and I kind of had a bit of a freak out. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Do you need to?
No, it's fine. I did well. It's just that initial like, oh shit, it came out like mid things. Sorry.
No, it's probably there just to sharpen his blade. Do some upkeep on his sword.
You are probably in this area then, where you'll see the young cub beside this lady, little blonde lady. You recognize her as one of the Wild Lord Stairs. You see Liam as well. Over just, examining like some things. He's not crafting anything. It's examining like, what could I use? Whereas this little fucker is twitchy.
Oh.
Does just, do you know what I mean? Just he moves sporadically. He's dancing around the place and just flying around, like crafting all sorts of things. Like he's like, well, maybe if I tinker with this, it's not right. He seems to make those noises as well as, he just seems very intense at what he's doing, whereas this little redhead is watching him and giving him feedback, going, no, maybe you should do that instead. No, and he's like, yeah, no, you're right. Runs off, like a demented raccoon, essentially.
They seem good company for Kian.
Oh yeah,
you
see Liam as well. He's like examining, like maybe I should have. Yeah, it's that type of thing. He's looking at one of the shorter blades. Looks more like a knife, if anything.
Well, Kian hasn't used his sword extensively, so it's really just a sharpening, I don't know what you do with swords, but I'm gonna pretend like you need to do upkeep on them. Um, Honing it, sharpening it, sort of rhythmically. It seems like not a type of meditation, but it's something, a repetitive motion that he kind of just gets lost in his brooding. But finishing that up, I think. No, I think he'd approach Liam if he's sort of looking around, seeming unsure of what to pick.
Yeah, Liam's just kind of, you look over and just gives you that kind of friendly little bob of the head.
Kian returns curt nod. Having trouble choosing?
It's more making sure that I can test the weight.
Hmm.
Most of my family, they use the more blunter blade works, such as a hatchet, spear, trying to fit. And, it's a combination of things. Trying to figure out which suits. Some prefer to use claws. I'm just trying to figure out what blends well with my style of things. Making sure I have the right, components.
Battle starts when you pick your weapon. Do you need a sparring partner?
Eventually, but it's a different tactic for us Gibbous Moons. While you Fardoxes are the crowd control, I am the very drum that keeps you all moving.
Sort of. Let's see. Looking over. Kian, could I do a roll, see if he sees anything that he would deem appropriate for?
Yeah, sure. Intelligence melee,
roll.
please.
Okie dokie, yay. Blarney Land. This time I'm in the right. Said intelligence.
Yes, intelligence. Yeah, you're trying to call from
70.
memory.
Maybe put in a roll there.
You got one. You still got one.
Yeah.
Liam definitely has the look of a Reaver about him. Knife, yes, if he's kind of going for that that kind of sneak and stabbing type thing. But he looks at home with a hatchet in his hand. You can tell just by the way he's walking. That's a Reaver. He is. That's a Reaver. That's a guy who is used to fighting down and dirty. He doesn't have that kind of stance that you would see, like, say, for example, yourself, with the broadsword training, you have to have a particular stance. This man looks like he could climb off a ship and swing. You know what I mean? It's that type of, I wouldn't say it's not graceful. It's just a very different style of fighting.
Slightly more agile.
Agile and primal, definitely, whereas yours is all about grace and fluidity. His is definitely more primal and kind of speed. Yeah, agile would be a good word, but also had that kind of primality to it as well.
And in that case, Kian will, after taking a glance, sort of point to one of the hatchets, I'm guessing, lining the wall. All beautiful craftsmanship, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Try that one.
Oh, yeah. He picks it up. It's got like a nice little dark wooden handle. The blade, the steel itself it's a bit of a smokier color. It's just the way it was made. You know what I mean? He does a couple of practice swings, like boom, boom, and you can see he's. Oh yeah, He's been trained to use that thing a couple of times, and he just nods. Excellent observation, McNamara.
Happy to help. Donnelly.
Well, I'll test it out on the next wormish thing I see. See, one trick that I learned from my family, and I don't know if you McNamarans appreciate this, but I don't like to spar with much people. Grinning over.
Reserve your strength for the real thing.
I don't want anyone to know what I'm capable of. And so when the worm comes at me, I can come into there fully ready.
Give us a nod. And sort of looks over to what the other two people are up to at the moment.
Kickmaster 5000 is tinkering away. Nula's sitting there giving him, nice little pointers. You'll see people inside as well.
Yeah.
You can see like the shapes. You can also see Maeve talking to these three.
Can I see what Tinkmaster 5000 is tinkering on?
Hunting rifle.
Uh-huh.
Seems to be measuring out the stock length and trying to measure it. Like, does this suit well? He's kind of lifting it up and examining it. Like, he's very. You'd swear if you walked up to him, he wouldn't even see you because he's that absorbed in his work.
Mm. Have you met the new cub?
Oh yes, I've met the bright little spry man. I came to sit with him. We're from the same one.
Oh, I didn't know.
Both of us from Silver Tara. But they decided when the O'Howan came over here along with his Dauphine daughters to arrange marriages, I was to be sent over as part of the new initiative, and they decided as well, as per agreement, to bring over a new cub so he may learn among the Red Branch rather than just the capital.
He seems quite industrious.
He is. I suppose that's his job to be industrious.
And you, how are you finding our sept?
Gives a shrug. Just have to nail the pack down, and then I'm pretty content.
Has Kian ever visited Silver Tara?
No.
No,
No.
he wouldn't have.
Tri-Spiral only. Though you'd know his family, Donnelly, they are in Tri-Spiral too.
Okay. And how is Silver Tara faring these days?
Oh, a bustling place. Considering all the events going on, it is quite the interesting time. Very high-strung individuals, new tribes coming to negotiate, and many new Fianna trying to prove themselves. It is a hyper place of activity.
Kian thinks for a moment. And kind of gives a nod to Liam and picks up his sword and sort of moves outdoors. Seeing what else is going on.
All right. Again, you can see Maeve and these three talking. Looks like Maeve is starting to move away from them. You can see glimpses of these three inside. You can also see a glimpse of these guys in one of the side rooms as well, probably as you pass by one of the windows.
Hmm. Now he'll wait for Maeve to come over.
And I will let you guys do that while I quickly go downstairs.
Once Maeve is disengaged from her group and, start heading towards the building proper. Sure enough, when she spots Kian, there'll be a cheery smile and a wave. Essentially inviting him to join her. She's, just plodding that way. Doesn't, not moving with speed, per se.
Yeah, there's a certain level of casual, at least to the atmosphere, and he gives you a nod and so joins up you halfway. How you doing today, Raya?
Surprisingly well. You sleep all right?
I rarely sleep well, but thank you for asking.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
With a glance aside, pull some of the hair back behind her ears. Sounds like what we all got up to is the current topic of talk. So I thought it would probably be best if we both went in, just in case there were any other questions about what we saw.
Of course.
I'm sure Blackbriar's already spoken to Just, but
You
apparently
did not see what we saw.
no. If it makes you feel any better, most people don't see as much as I do. It's strange for you to have started seeing more. It's a bit of a, just a pat on the arm as they're walking.
There's that appreciation on his expression. Really don't doubt that.
Just a little tap if the dreams do get bad enough. And she leans in. And Mistress of the Right has a very, very useful kind of tea. It'll help you sleep, but you won't dream. I try not to do it if I don't have to, but she's had to give it to me before. And it's more effective than what I could get on my own.
Thank you.
There's a little bit of the nod.
Yeah, and there's this kind of looking around, enjoying what I'm guessing is not a cold or chilly, but that kind of fresh air.
The Sept does tend to have a nice knack for being, even when it is raining, it's so nice. It's so green. So yeah, she's enjoying it herself.
I'm back.
Yeah, she does kind of glance over. For what it's worth, I've only shared one in a way anything like that happened before. One time.
When was that?
It was Seamus that time. We went into, trying to remember which castle it was. I want to say it was the
That was the
first one.
McNamara. That was the one. That was the McNamara Manor.
No,
That was one of the ones. That was the Red Stag's personal manor.
it was a while back. Went into the personal home of Redstad, the manor. And when Seamus and I went into the chapel there, it had been, of course, tainted, but it's the only other time that someone else and I, at the same time, shared it and felt it. Ended up going through the motions like that. She was, bussing him, practically crowning him. That's what we saw.
Yeah, there is a sort of darkness in his eyes, more grim expression as you keep talking.
Usually it's just, like seeing someone else's memory. And that's only 2 times now where it's been, where it's taken over like that. And we found ourselves standing at different places in the end than where we started.
Even dead, you can't seem to get rid of him.
Memories are a hard thing to lose.
And I fear for good reason. If we don't remember.
We don't learn.
Exactly.
She nods. Still, just the 2 of them serenely, heading towards the building, essentially angled to head in on the off chance they are called on. There'll be one less glance to either side before they go in, just because it's weird. No matter how bad the weather is, it's always nice to be outside on the Sept. So there's still like that last glance around before they go to Death.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can see, much like Keen says, the Twitch Master is, whatever that rifle is, he is tinkering away with that bad boy.
It's going to be something if it isn't already.
But Newell's just observing and giving him a couple of pointers of what he could do, and he just nods like, yeah, it's a good idea. And he just proceeds to dismantle the whole thing and restart it again.
Oh my god. She gives, dude, it's such an endearing smile she pitches when she sees the 2 of them working together. The co-op it's so refreshing. I mean, she doesn't regret looking over Carol, but she doesn't have that kind of, shared auspice, similar interests kind of thing going. So it's still very just like, aw, it's nice. Smile. It's the 2 of them, they exchange a few words and he just eagerly rips the thing apart to start over.
Yeah. I don't know where Kira's coming in, but Maeve and Keen, you can certainly head inside.
Yep. She'll even spare a wave to Liam because he's been a bro. He deserves a wave at least.
Yeah. He just gives a nod.
Kira's probably coming in, taking a look at the different weapons they have there.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a wide array.
In particular, she's most interested in the hatchets and the axes.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. You're in the same bracket as Liam. Again, different qualities, different types. Some are smaller, some are a bit bigger. So it's a nice, healthy mix. Really, that's the best way to describe it.
When she'll pick some of them up and inspect them. She doesn't seem to be inspecting their weight and properties as much as she's inspecting the craftsmanship.
Yeah, Pretty much. There's some very ones that are very decently made. There are some others that you mightn't like the style, but you can appreciate at least the tone of it.
Mhm.
Again, it's like a healthy mix for all types of people. There are many different forms of warriors on this set, so each is suited to care for a particular need.
She'll give a nod to Liam.
No, he just nods as he's sliding the hatchet onto his side.
Hello, Liam.
Hello.
Didn't realize you also fought with a hatchet.
I fight with whatever I can get.
There's a nod. Respectable.
So gives that shrug, glancing over. Why do you favor a hatchet?
Yes.
Just gives a nod.
If you'd like someone to spar with,
Nah, I'm good.
he'll nod.
Why are you looking for somebody to spar with?
Yes, actually. I'd like someone I could test my skills against.
Test it against the worm. Gives a smile as he's looking over. Kind of like the ultimate opponent, right?
There's a grin on her face. They are, yes.
So, ultimate test, really. Kill or be killed.
What's the saying? Steel sharpens steel. So man sharpens man.
Who the fuck said that? Sounds pretty boring. I'd rather go, if I'm a guru, I've been trained all my life to fight the one enemy, and if I'm not good enough, well, then I'm dead. And if this weapon isn't good enough, well, my fist is always good enough. Gives a grin.
There's
Over.
there's there's a similar grin on Kira's face. Again, she gives him the nod. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I would hope so.
But I
Be kind of awkward if you're like, nah, Liam, no, you're not right about killing the worm. I'd be kind of looking at you a bit funny.
do like to hone my skills outside of battle, though.
You, Miss Arun. Smarking. Isn't the battlefield kind of like the ultimate way you can hone your skills? What you're bred for, Kind of gives her, leans over and gives her a nudge like, eh?
Yes. But
So,
that's no excuse to not improve in between battles. Is it?
Kind of, isn't the battlefield where you improve? Don't you
It
learn
can
through
be.
pain?
Pain is one of the best teachers.
Oh, there you go then. Grinning.
But it can also be a test of how much you've grown and how dedicated you are.
Oh, really? How many notches you got in your weapon?
She'll take a look at it. Just 2. I've got more with my claws.
Oh. You got any scars to prove it?
She shakes her head. Not yet.
Then you obviously haven't learned enough.
I have not.
Grinning. Oh.
That's why I'm still a Cleith.
You think Cleith has something to do with it?
It's the time
Grinning.
to learn and grow, isn't it?
It is. But just because you're a Cleith doesn't make you a bitch, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, there you go then. Pats her shoulder. Kids can get kills too, little lady. Don't gotta
Sorry,
be a
what was
big
that?
bad Adrian to. Kids can get kills too, little lady. Don't gotta be a big bad Adrian to get right in the thick of it.
No, you don't. You don't. I saw glimpses of you. I think you and the cavalry charge.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see you.
I was on a horse with Orla.
Ah. Just smirking, just ever so slightly as he, examines one of the knives. Like, I like this. That must have been comforting.
Apologies, I was muted. In a way, it was. It also was a big boost to my confidence.
You needed to boost your confidence?
It's nice to have.
But you're a Fiona Rune.
I am.
Suffering from performance anxiety there? Glancing over, smirking.
I've never
That
been
must
on a
be-
horse before.
That must be real. Oh, yeah, neither was I. That's why I got off it straight away and just started hewing things.
Having someone I could work with like that as a pair and part of a larger team was a good experience.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Not much of a challenge, though, right? You know, you have someone always to always have a safety net, you know?
she'll look at Liam.
Class is over.
I didn't see it as a safety net.
I bet you didn't. Smirking.
See it more as a foundation.
Foundation. Okay. I can. So, foundation of what?
What I'm building towards for
And
myself.
what are you building
personally.
towards? That's a statement that you just did not answer. What are you building towards then? The foundation of what you're building towards foundation. What are you actually saying?
The next time there's a charge, I want to be able to ride on my own. Want to be
Well,
able
why
to.
didn't you the first time?
Yeah, there's a. She gives a little shrug of her shoulders. I'm in a rune.
Yes, congratulations. Smirking.
I'm talking to a Galliard, and quite frankly, you can talk circles around me.
I'm not talking circles around you. I just asked, why didn't you?
I don't know. Maybe it's a little intimidating talking to you.
You're intimidated by me? You're just smirking? Really?
She'll look at Liam, it's playfully. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm from some little island sept up in Niagara Falls, and you grew up here in Silver Tara.
So why would you tell me you're intimidated by me?
My weakness. I'm too straightforward and honest.
That's not called straightforward. I was being straightforward. I think you need to learn the difference there, little lady.
She'll nod.
If I could say what you were acting like, but I feel like I don't think you'd appreciate the fine detail.
I may not.
After all, I'm a Galliard, remember?
There's a smirk on her face. Like, okay, you got me.
But I could tell you if you wanted to hear it.
You do have my curiosity.
You talk like prey. You don't talk like a Naroon. Are you prey?
No.
Then don't act like it. His smile seems to go wider.
There's a nod.
And, by the way, Zia just steps beside you, leaning in. If you really weren't prey, you would have hit me. As he's walking past.
You know, she kind of watches him as he walks. And goes back to inspecting the weapons.
How does Kira feel?
I mean, she definitely wants to punch him now. But she also feels like that wouldn't do much at this juncture in time. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, but you can also see, like, Nula and the others. Nula glances over. There's a little bit of a smirk on her face watching this whole array, but she's more focused on the cubs. She kind of glanced up briefly and just went, Cleats. And then looked down, focusing on this little fella who's flying around the place.
she'll pick up one of the hatchets, and properly test its weight and get a feel for it in her hand.
All right.
She'll set it back down. She'll turn. Lady Nula.
Just glance up. Yes.
She'll offer throat. I don't believe we've met yet. My name is Kira Finnerty.
Hello.
I was hoping I could speak with you
Should just step to the side and walk over. What is it?
It's about the patrols in Brooks Rest.
Oh yeah, I heard that was happening.
We got permission from the Den parents to allow the Cubs to join in, and I'd like to include Damien in the patrol group I'm getting together.
All right.
How
many people are you taking with you?
Right now it's myself and Kian. I'm hoping to also get Paul and Liam to join.
Do you have actually them? Do you have them joined, or is it that's what you want?
I haven't gotten an opportunity to speak with either of them about it yet. Kian has joined.
So you're gonna have 3 of yous with 2 Cubs.
The Den parents said I'd need 4.
Yeah, you would.
Is there anyone else you could recommend?
It's gritting. There's plenty of crates there, lady. There's Danny, there's there's a pile of them still. Paul, any of these people, yeah. There's a pile of people.
Is there anyone Damien particularly gets along with?
He gets along with everybody. He's supposed to.
There's a nod.
Besides,
Okay.
Have you actually talked to Damien yet?
I didn't want to make him the offer without getting permission first.
But have you actually talked to him?
She'll shake her head.
Hard to patrol with somebody if you don't know them.
There's a tilt of the head. I suppose it is, yeah.
She kind of just, gives her a very frank little look. I get what you're doing and you have your orders. I'm not going to impede that, but The Cubs, the Den's father say 4 cleats and 5, fine 5 or 4 cleats. I mean, I'm not going to outrule the Den parents, but my only concern would be is that you don't, you don't actually know the fella, you're just patrolling with him.
Carol nod. Okay.
But do what the Den parents saying, you can bring the Cubs. Otherwise, well, you got gestures, you got your orders.
I do. Thank you. She'll take a minute to watch Damien. What's he? So I know he was bouncing around working on a gun. Like, what's he doing now?
Still working. Oh yeah, just absorbed in it.
That actually brings a smile to Kira's face. She'll step over to, I mean, she's not like looming over his shoulder, but she'll just kind of step over to get a closer look at what he's doing.
He's been rebuilding the stock of this rifle by the looks of things. He's assembling it piece by piece, making sure the various parts fit right. He's adding some different elements to it, different things to make it the kickback a little bit. Or looks like he's trying to iron out a couple of things. It's the way, his fingers are moving expertly over through it. He hasn't noticed you looked up anything. He hasn't even registered your presence. He is just absorbed into his crafting.
Yeah, as happy as that makes Kira, she really doesn't want to disturb him right now. But she will head on inside.
All right. For Maeve and Keen, inside, these guys or these guys? Who are you going to?
I suppose the big question is: are the real big players really paying them any mind just yet?
I mean, when you enter, they turn and look at you.
Yeah, she'll take the pause to give a, properly reverent bow of the head. Right.
There's a nod. They all turn and look at Keen as well.
Sup.
Oh. Dog.
No.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. No, he does sort of mimics exactly what Maeve does. Raya.
It's Sasha who speaks first. I understand you had some interesting finds.
We did, right?
Well, then, care to enlighten us instead of standing there looking stupid? Dermot kind of just glanced over like, Jesus, bro, relax. You know, does that look like, whoa? Do you know what I mean? And Magical Dad with his fucking antler helmet. Well, you don't know exactly what the fuck he's saying. He's just fucking fucking the two of you. Do you know what I mean? Well, you think he is. It's hard to tell what his facial expressions are because there isn't any.
I will just choose to believe that he's giving Sasha the side eye because it makes me happy, whether or not that's the case.
Dermot just looks over like, was that really necessary? It's that look on his face. Like Shadow Lords.
Well, she will make the point of, stepping up properly to the group so she can talk at a conversational level as opposed to the drive-by distance they had going. I assume Kian is coming with her.
Yeah. No, he's way too offended. He stays back.
Keith storms off.
It would seem that the doorway that we passed through Raya's was more than it seemed on multiple levels. While there is certainly the fact that it passed further into the Umbra, it would seem that it was able to pick and choose, though I'm not sure through what means, where members of the group went when they passed through it. The experience that the rest of the party had were nothing like what Kane and myself saw when we passed through.
We were separated from the pack, but from our perspective, they were still with us.
It appears
Helping us.
as if it was part of the illusion. Just said very calmly.
It was a nod.
Bow the head. It did seem as though the rest were still with us, though all that they did at every turn, everything that we saw was to urge us that we just had to go that much deeper to see what we needed to see so that we could consider the mission a success.
Josh kind of splays his hands like, ah.
She's... he can see the acknowledgement of like, yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Does that little gesture like, come on, you're bright kids, you can figure it out for yourself, you know what I mean? Or it's very much a very elder gesture, like, come on, piece it together.
So it would seem that the two of us in particular were drawn into a place where we would either see or hear what they intended us to. Unfortunately, I can't tell how many of those that we saw were actually present. It was very hard to tell. There were several members of the remnants that we saw at points. There was also one of the new that have been made.
Yeah, you hear Dermot. Well, then it appears that we at least have a methodology of why they're moving around, but also some of their defense systems. We saw that in the castle before. They used illusionary work to confuse us and bait us. It seems that it's their preferred tactic to lure us into ambushes as well.
Doesn't bob the head.
Sasha kind of rubs his beard, which means that we're going to have to start using that point to cordon them off. Maybe even figure out where we can link it. I imagine they use similar objects. The countryside is full of them, so perhaps we need to start picking and choosing where we're going and using ways to counteract these illusions. Just not. It seems like the perfect idea. And just to say, aside from illusions and what you could see and what you couldn't see, you said you were certain that one of these new creations was the only solid reality, right? Whereas others seemed mere visionary.
It was difficult to tell.
Yeah, she does glance to Kian. He did seem to have maybe a bit more substance than the others. He moved more. The
Nod.
others were fairly stagnant.
They led us into the throne room. They called it the throne in the earth.
Dear Dermot, then perhaps it's better that we start beginning to weed them out. I understand that the Ragabashes are leading an incentive as regards to other things. Perhaps this should be our new focus for those less inclined of city warfare.
Just a nod. Well, I don't
It also should be a point of concern that if they're using old relics, this means that they're defiling them as well. No, just nods.
I did see signs of it on the outside before we passed in.
Just kind of holds up his hand. Before you assume a thing, that was probably the marker of their defense system from what I've been doing small, limited research of what Blackbar told me. Perhaps you should do the same. Defilement does not mean exactly as if they're defacing it. The worm acts as we do. It protects what it needs.
Bows the head in acceptance. Well, I don't imagine they're limited to it. Doorways do provide a certain well-prepared space. Doorways lead from one place to another. That'd probably be the easiest thing to make illusions around, to make it seem as though people were going into other places.
Then Dermot then begin scouring the area for the various monoliths. Use what you can, and we'll begin to organize teams to begin searching them. Coordinated teams this time. Maeve, I want you to begin searching for ways to counteract whatever illusionary power they have. Anything you can think of.
Yes, sir.
Satchel, just glance over. Tell whatever pack you have to prepare themselves for close quarter subterranean combat. This will mean that they will need specific things and learn how to fight in closed spaces, if it's going to be like that. The days of open battlefield planning might be lost for now, but it seems like we're taking the war to a more careful tactic until we can catch them on their own again. Perhaps spirits of the earth, maybe. You glance over at Druss like, I don't fucking know. Druss will lean over to Maeve, consult earth spirits to give us perhaps a blessing. You have my permission to make a deal which does not compromise our warriors and the Sep's ability, but gives us a certain boost that I will make sure the Keeper is aware of, and that the Sep itself will repay a portion of.
Yes, sir.
Glance over at Keen. As for you, I understand you have a lot of books and a big library.
That is true, Raya.
Sasha just does that. I mean, he's just eye-fucking you as well. Perhaps
Key
they
and
should.
I fucks back.
Do you look him in the eye?
Probably chest level, but it's that sort of just forward. He's not.
Mhm.
He's standing at attention, unmoving.
I will consult any histories you have and potential, while the Theurge is good for helping benefits and discussing things. If you have an expertise in the area of the occult, perhaps you and her should put your heads together and discover what type of ritual they're learning. Just nods in agreement, like, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Nice job, Arun. Pat, pat. It doesn't pat pat Sasha, he just pat pats the table. He's not stupid.
I'll have my kinfolk pull up anything we can find relating to the symbols we've seen.
Do it yourself. Kinfolk don't often know what
Understood,
to
Ryan.
look for. You do. Gives us that glower, that real good fucking glower. Dermot will shrug. Either way, you and Maeve take a personal commandeer on it, bang your heads together and see what you come up with. Other than that, prepare yourselves for close quarter combat, any type of blade work you need to learn how to fucking get familiar with it.
Yes, Ryan.
He just gives a shrug. He's not as gruff as Sasha. He's just direct. As for the patrols on Brooks Rest, I want you to take a more interested incentive. Begin to search places that, say, near the sea. There's a lot of bridges. There's a lot of underground coast work, all that sort of stuff. Underneath and all that. They could come up from there. I want you to take special emphasis on those patrols. Anyone who slacks the
Give
fuck
them-
off, punish them. You're a Phyla. Punish them.
Another nod.
Good. Just a nod. Again, Keen, it is a bit intimidating. You can tell these are two very experienced runes. Do you know?
Yep. Which is why he's
Alright.
keeping it very short.
All right. You have your orders. Anything else?
No, Ryan.
We had a glance over at Maeve.
Yeah, there's that moment of her just kind of combing through her own head, trying to decide if there's anything she's missed. Has the report already been made about the 3 new things they've made? Their natures?
Aside
Like-
from the recordings, we're looking at what looks things we're dealing with: a Galliard, a Philodox, and a Theurge.
I understand that there's a mission trying to investigate the Galliard. You two are concentrating on the file docs, and we have seen no signs of the theurge yet, but I'm sure she will surface the more we dig in deep. I imagine the work that was done was probably some of her work as well. So begin combing through and we'll see what it turns up with.
Yes, right.
But as far as we know, nothing on the theurge yet, but the Galliard and the Philodoxes have made their appearances.
And we'll get right to it, Rice. Thank you.
Well, they just give a nod. Just gives that little plain nod and is looking back down the map and just pointing at Sasha. Have your men patrol. You know, it stays like, all right, you're good. Now we're not talking to you, and we're about our business again.
And it's
Kian turns.
side.
Kian turns as they turn back to the map and just starts leaving.
Smart boy.
Yeah, Maeve is vacating that immediate area, though she'll be glancing over to Team Raggy over in the corner.
Team Raggy and Gravel Walk.
Team Raggy plus Gravel Walk.
He is the head of Foxback, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, curiosity's a hell of a drug. She'll probably just reach out and give Kian's arm a touch so he knows that she's diverting. Whether he chooses to follow is up to him, but she will, certainly get out of the Raya's ways, but divert over to see what's going on in this thread.
No, actually, Kian will keep moving, and actually, I think unless stopped, will probably actually leave to try and get to work as quickly as possible with arranging his books and notes and anything you can find.
You can see Kira come in at that point as well.
If nothing else, if Kian isn't diverting with her, she does pause a moment, glance back. Oh, where is your library exactly so that I can meet you up there?
All right. It's in. He gives the address in the street.
It's in Brooksrest.
Yeah.
Nods. Thank you. I'll be along as quickly as I can.
I'll have the tea ready.
Aw, yeah, there's a smile. That's thoughtful.
And he leaves with a jaunty nod.
Oh my.
You can step outside. Keen, I will say you can see also this cub after arriving. She's coming looking for Liam.
Interesting, but Kian has work, and he has duty above curiosity.
That's up to you. You can totally wait for Maeve to come out if you like. It is up to you, whatever you want to do. Keen.
No, Kian is on his way.
Keen's like, no, I'm leaving.
There
But,
is only the mission.
But yes, you creep over to Team Ragavash, Maeve, featuring Gravel Walking. I mean, Albert sees you first with the libraries. Hello, Maeve.
Afternoon.
You doing okay?
Surprisingly well.
Nods. We're just talking strategy.
Anything I could help with or should pass on to Seamus?
Oh, we don't need Seamus for this. If anything, the information you're going to find is going to be helping us have our packs spread out along the area you're looking for. Or what goes, eh? From what we hear, you and Kane are going to be the ones giving in the information to go off of. You're our info bank.
Yeah, it's just oh, wow, we're actually that integral. Oh.
You're just meant to find information on the monoliths, and then you and these packs go out and search them. You know what I mean?
Well, in that case, I'll leave you to it and I'll get to it myself.
I mean, to give a shrug, sure.
Were any other points found? I heard there was another one several miles off of the first.
Yeah, fake nods, yeah. Weird shit went on. A lot of stuff that wasn't there, stuff that reappeared and disappeared. Seems to be their main thing, but we kind of decided to pull back. Nuala's consulting a few things when when she can. We're probably going to take a more aggressive push and see if we can find any form of Talon that can counteract that, whatever ritual they have down.
All right.
Seems to be a tactic of theirs, at least.
It does.
I mean, it makes sense. Blind the enemy, take them off one by one.
But it must be much easier to prepare ambushes when you don't actually have to be out to draw people into them.
I would not. I mean, it's what I'd do if I could.
Yeah, there's
Aye, since they can't handle us on the open field, Quiverwalk nods like, yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah, there's the thoughtful cheek rub and a bit of a smile. Like, yeah, that is one way to think of it. That's nice. I like that thought. All right. Yeah, I'll do it then. The less time we spend standing and waiting, the better.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's just like awkward smile and like, oh, thanks, guys. And he goes ahead and starts to, head towards the door, probably likewise spotting Carol around.
And Kira. Kira's after walking in as well.
Yes, and Kira.
You also see these three are still standing around and chatting about a few things. And Carol is, Nuala's Nuala's not interfering. The cubs need to talk. Do you know what I mean? She's just keeping an eye. It's that type of thing. She's not going to jump on top of them. But Carol's coming over to talk to Liam about one or two things while he's tinkering.
Damien?
Yeah, sorry, Damien.
Okay. I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an inquisitive glance to that, but I mean, much like Nuala, she's not necessarily needing to jump right into the middle of it. Just, curious glance, nod and smile over to Nuala because, Nuala Bay.
Yeah, Nuala waves.
She'll step in with Nuala for a second. Gives her a chance to kind of see what the cubs are about and have a quick word. I don't suppose you have any research done on these things that they're using. I heard you're at one of the other entrances.
Yeah, not much. Gonna have to do a bit deeper diving, but from what I can tell, it's some old, form of ritual defending that, we used to use back in, old times, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see, does it have a foundation around that? But, like I said, there's a lot to get through, if you get me.
Yeah. I didn't know you were set on something else, but if you weren't, I thought 3 heads would be better than 2.
Sure. I mean, I gotta keep an eye on around these first, so just let me know what you find and fill me in, and I'll do the same for you guys.
All right. Sounds good.
By the way, Fiac mentioned that you're doing deals and stuff.
Yes, I meant to speak to the Earth Spirits.
Talk to Badgers.
It's a thoughtful kind of brown it.
Right, they dig their dens deep. They have to go onto the ground, right?
It makes a lot of sense.
Talk to Badgers.
And they're territorial.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just kind of the novel. That is... Nuala gets the most, bless you. Just, Magic Bay.
Just give us a little smile. I don't know if you thought of it already, but Badgers.
I hadn't yet. I'd only just been told I was doing it.
Oh.
You're a saint.
I know. They gave the word that you'd be making the deal and all that, and to the boys in there, so I think they were just waiting to tell you, but it was pretty much their plan already, chain of command and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. That's actually a really good idea.
I mean, the earth spirits do. You know, she gives a shrug. It's kind of whatever you fancy. Really. Badgers is a good one too.
It's not bad at all. Don't suppose you know where there's a badger's den?
There's piles of them, Maeve. They're a big thing here.
I haven't been so lucky, because totally lucky, as to stumble across their dens yet.
You don't want to stumble across a badger's den; they'll bite you.
I know.
You have to put normally when you go to a badger's den, some of the tips you have to do is put a lump of coal under your sock, because when they bite, they don't go till they hear the bone crack. And if you put a lump of coal in there, they'll bite and they'll hear the coal break, and then they'll let go.
There's just this horrified look.
They're very territorial over their dens.
Wow. All right.
Like cleans in. Like for example, red talons have connections to badgers. You know, they're spirits of the wild.
Wow. Oh. I mean, I knew that badgers were very aggressive and very territorial.
Very, very aggressive.
The bone cracking thing.
Oh, they don't let go till they hear something break, generally. And then
Wow.
they retreat back.
If ever there was a way to ensure something didn't want to follow you when you broke off.
Gestures. Exactly.
Jeez.
But just be careful with them, you know. Don't treat them like don't treat them like they're prey. Or like they're from Unicorn's Brood or any of these type of more civil spirited. They're do you know what I mean? Treat them like what they are.
Noted.
Give us a smile. Toughen yourself up, lady. Boops your shoulder playfully.
Grin over. I'll make a point of it.
Better. Otherwise, you could be you'd be. I could hear you whimpering for miles. Otherwise,
Oh, you would? I'd make sure of it. And then yeah. Oh boy. Oh, all right. Badgers. I have to study up on badgers while I'm at it. Probably an idle glance over to Kira, as she goes about talking to Liam, and then disengages pretty much. It's just like, so what's going on?
fucking. I don't know. Clades are competing over there with each other by the looks of things, and I think these two are having a tiff. I'm not sure. I haven't really kind of listened in.
Having a tiff. Who? What? Kira and Liam, or
Carol, and they said Cleats being Cleats, and then she said these two.
yeah, there's a glance over. Having a tiff. Do Carol and him does she look annoyed or?
A little bit. Carol is very deadpan, but there's a bit of a grumpiness to her.
Yeah, there's a little concerned frown. Just looking over at him, watching him interact.
Liam, meanwhile, hasn't looked up at her at all. He's just fucking talking while he's tinkering.
God damn it, Damien. You beautiful bastard. Any idea why?
I think it's the Arun wanting something, and he's telling her he can't make that. Or this is happening, and she wants to do it now, or she wants to do something. Do you know what I mean? It's an Arun with a theurge, maybe glancing over. I'm sure you've experienced it.
Once or twice.
I think she's feeling the impatience of being a cub.
Feeling what?
The impatience of being a cub.
Sorry, you fuzzed for like half a second, so it was weird. But yeah, she just nods along like, tale as old as time.
I mean, to be fair, I'd be pretty impatient if I was in her position too.
She's progressing so fast.
I mean, she wants to get out there. That's good and all, you know. She's a good learner, a good fighter, good this. But you got to be a good Fianna too.
Yeah, it's just a pathetic little glance, like, oh, buddy. Because Lord knows it's where she struggled. She had a lot of
That's
ground.
pretty much.
So,
She's just, Carol wants to get out there and fight. You know what I mean? And, you can tell she's just frustrated. Meanwhile, Damien is pretty calm. He's just telling her their facts, and Arun doesn't like facts when they're grumpy.
no, they don't. Does she eventually grump back out?
She doesn't grump out. She just stands there, glaring at him, and he's just tinkering. Do you know what I mean? Hasn't even noticed. That's the funny. It would be funny. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, buddy.
Like, Nula's trying not to smile because she glanced over. I think she's hoping that he'll get, doing the classic thing that I've seen a couple of others do. If I stare too long and hard enough, he'll eventually agree, but he's too busy with his
He is the one person that trick will never work on.
I know, right? Like I said, it's probably why they'll end up becoming pack.
I hope so. They do really well together.
Mm-hmm. No, but Huey and Dewey, beyond that looked like Cleith browbeating to me. I don't know, I didn't hear the exact, I was too busy focusing on being a secondary opinion when he comes over with his things.
What's he working on?
A gun.
Just like the glance, like, oh, a gun. Well,
Well, he wants to make sure that it actually makes a difference on the battlefield.
she like gets thoughtful for a second. Well, considering we're about to be in a place where it's going to be a lot of close quarters fighting, I'm sure a mind as creative as his could think of something that'll give us an edge underground.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll get him working on it. I don't mind letting him have his own. This seems to be a pet project of his, and it's good to let people who want to create things have their little pet projects before you put them back onto business.
Of course.
So I don't mind spoiling them a bit. Besides, he's been working fucking his ass off with me, making Talons, making this and that. He gives it a shrug.
I imagine you have more talents than you have spirits to fill them at this point.
And we've got a decent amount. It's just, I don't believe in cracking the whip every 5 minutes. I'm not Sasha, for fuck's sake.
No, you're not.
I just don't let him talk to Rory because, yeah.
You're a glance.
Look, my alpha is a great man, but my alpha's patience for a delicate Theurge who will want to do everything and anything with his hammer. He gives that smile like, I'm just gonna not let that happen.
It's he likes the hammer. That explains it.
And I'm just gonna take a strategic note to avoid it.
That seems like a pretty solid strategy.
How's your one getting on?
She does
Aside from her
Carol.
aside from her grumping.
I mean, I know she's doing well. She's very hard to connect to. She does have an affiliation for Matcha, which has been a godsend in giving us anything really to talk about in common, but I'm not sure how to feed it.
No, you do realize what matcha is, Maeve.
Mistress of battle. Great deeds.
I think there's only one way you feed something like that.
No, she's watching. She's thinking.
Well, she's on a rune. She wants to be better. Now, some more big-headed people will say that, you should prove yourself in a fight against the worm and blah, 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 blah. But she's a cup. She's not a Cleat, so she doesn't have the excuse of going out there and earning it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to set realistic challenges for her. Find a spirit she can fight.
It's just a glance over, like, oh shit.
Challenge her. Let her fuel the drive.
No, I don't think I tell you nearly often enough how much you're my hero right now.
She gives a shrug. Oh, everybody's hero, Maeve.
It must be very taxing.
Oh, it is. I should get a medal.
You should.
I should make one for me.
I might. I'd have to get Damien's help, though. He's more used in this forge than I am.
But no, if you want to bond with a girl like that, or in a rune like that, well, show that you actually care about what she cares about. Or she wants to fight. She wants to get out there. She doesn't want to be a witness. You know what I mean?
I do.
So don't let her be.
To me. All right.
We find her a Cleat that she can spar with, other than Tarv, because I noticed that the Demfather is like letting her spar with the big fucker exclusively, which is again, it's grand, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but it's teaching her to fight one enemy. It's not the same.
Exactly. It's your job as her foster to teach her the ways of the Fianna. Just as much as his ways to teach her the way of the Guru. We want her to be a Fianna. Kind of leans in. It's the whole point of it.
And there's again, it's the nod. Like it's the you're right. It's not like she's ashamed of herself. It's just she's fucking right. I will get on that. I don't want to be the reason she's falling behind.
She's not falling behind. It's just, and you're not. Don't start with that self-pitying bullshit either, young lady. Pointing. You're a foster now. None of that. You could get away with that when you're a Cleat.
No, not pity. Just chiding myself for not thinking.
No, none of it. Stop it.
All right. The hands come up. Okay.
Like I said, you can get away with that when you're a Cleat and you can hate the world and your dad. But you can't here. Now you're a foster now.
Nope, just means rolling up my sleeves twice as high.
Exactly. And getting on with it.
Doing well.
Good.
Have like a competitive little humph off.
Oh, yeah, she does. She peacocks in front of you and everything, ruffles her feathers.
Yep, the two of them make a ridiculous display of themselves. Or that shit, just like, and yeah, go ahead and. She will have to find something for that. She'll have to find something apt for that. That will be fun and interesting. But she'll let the cubs fussy fuss at each other for the moment. Because there's no point in getting Carol excited until she has something to give her.
All right.
Yes. Yes, she
Do you
will
want to
take
talk to anyone else, Maeve?
Oh, what's the outside team doing on her way out?
Oh, they're chatting. You can hear, it's more like Daniel's chatting to them, and the Dula and Runa are just not, and Orla, not fuck Nora is nodding. They seem to be agreeing on something, and Daniel looks pretty pleased.
Nosy Theurge face.
And I have no idea what Kira's doing, if she's in the eyesight at all.
Yes. What is Kira doing? Kira is muted.
Kira is muted. It, by this point, I imagine Kira's found what she's looking for. Like she's found she's found what she's looking for in a hatchet, and she's gonna borrow it, put it at her side. And start heading off. Unless you want to talk to her, Maeve?
I mean, there's a bit of a glimpse, but she's going to hatchet train, and the most Maeve will do is probably do a beckoning gesture, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll see it. Oh, hello, Raya.
Well, I don't want to impede on any of your other training practicing duties. If you do happen to be training at the same time that Carol is, would you offer her the chance to spar?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Your pack's fostering her, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if she needs a sparring partner, I'm happy to.
I'm sure it would do her a world of good to have a variety of people to test herself against. So do not hesitate to offer yourself as a sparring partner. Like I said, if you're ever there at the same time, don't let it get...
I will say, for you guys, you can see Carol's finally disengaging with the fine, that type of stomp.
Oh,
And, as Damien kind of finally looks up, like, oh, you're leaving, okay. Do you know what I mean? Shit. But he doesn't follow after. He's like, there's no point. She'll hit me in the face. Like, he's not trying to be mean. It's just, yeah, no, I'm gonna let you fester. But she doesn't look like she's seething. She's just like, yeah, she just accepts it and is heading off in that direction towards probably something she can work on.
I can go snag her now if you like.
she looks like she could use a sparring partner.
She does look like she could use a sparring partner.
She was just smirking, shaking her head, watching the cubs. She's like, oh kids.
Sweet children. Yeah, she, nods. If she turns you down, I wouldn't press it, but do please.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll, she isn't, bound on over going hey, Carol, but she will kind of, take a couple steps, catch up with her. Hey, Carol.
Like a slow turn.
I'm
Glances
heading
and
down.
immediately displays her throat.
Yeah, Carol give her the little tap on the shoulder. I'm heading down to the training grounds to test out this hatchet. Want to spar with me?
If that's what you wish for.
I'd be delighted if you would.
Very well.
And she gives it's like a very companionable, she falls into step beside Carol.
Carol is just very stoic and silent. She's walking along. Doesn't she's like, I'll get the better picture for this, for just the expression on her face.
Okay.
You haven't talked to Carol that much. Yeah, she's just staring at you. Doesn't look into your eyes and doesn't show any disrespect or anything like that. Nope. But just staring.
Okay.
Her eyes are just so fucking dead.
Yeah, she'll. Yeah, she'll. So, see you down there a lot. Quite a bit, actually, when I'm down there. Is there anything in particular you're working on?
Killing the worm.
Kira grins. All right. I know your den father's got you sparring with Tarv. Is there anything else he has you working on?
Killing the worm. She glances over. Training, running, killing the worm.
All right. What about your foster?
She appeals to teach me about the connection I have to the Lady of Battle.
Yeah, it's not a it's not like a look of surprise. It's a oh, like something just clicked in Kira's head for her. Oh, I see. Okay.
It's her job to know. It's my job to take the knowledge and apply it to kill the worm.
That it is.
And she just keeps walking.
Okay. Well, you can definitely get at least one match in, maybe two.
If that's what you wish, right?
Okay, let's go for two.
Very well. Well, she's just standing there.
And she'll take a look at Carol. All right. You gonna pick a weapon, or are you gonna come at me?
I have not earned the right to use weapons yet.
There's a nod. Okay. And Kira takes a second. She'll pick out a hatchet. This is just the training weapons. It's about the same style, same weight as the one she picked from the tower, and she will make the first strike.
Carol just stares at you. Yeah, just nods like, all right.
Getting the right dice roller. 4 successes to hit.
All right, Carol will attempt to dodge. She does. She ducks. Barely though. You like your the training weapon kind of skims just past her hair. She takes the step back.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Kira will press him with another attack. Only 1 success this time, though.
Carol will dodge. She cannot. She's not using a weapon, so she can't parry. So yep, a lot more faster this time. Yeah, takes another step back and just you swing and she steps back.
Carol, she'll come in this time with an overhand swing.
Carol does not dodge.
She doesn't dodge this one. All right. I will roll for damage then.
Yeah, by all means.
Uh, Let me double check the damage for the hatchet. Okay. It's strength +2. That is 1 damage.
She soaks it. Yeah, you hit it. She just braces herself and stands there, and it connects. It just doesn't hit the right places. She kind of just twists her body almost as if she braced the impact, so it lessens the blow that it would have done to her ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck it. About this point, Maeve's probably decided to trail along behind the two just to see how it goes. So she's probably getting into range to actually see it about now. Just keeping an eye from a distance.
And Kira will press in with another strike from the side.
Carol doesn't dodge.
That's 2 successes again. And 3 damage.
She soaks it. She's the stamp forward rune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see it? This time she doesn't move. She just braces herself and boom! It hits, and you just see her wince, but her eyes open, and she just looks you in the eye. This time,
Mm-hmm.
waiting.
Like there's a Kira, she just keeps pressing Carol. She's coming in with another overhead swing.
All right, roll your damage.
All right. She's
Soaked it.
beautiful.
Then you smack her again, and she just glares. She tucks her body and squares it, and thump, and then she just stares.
Kira is going to come in with a swing from the right this time.
And you miss. Now Carol strikes. Three. Two. Take away one.
All right.
Three. Yeah, you swing. And next thing you know, she comes in, you miss, and she just boom, like right in your ribs for 2 bashing.
Yeah, and it. I mean, like she sees the blow coming. She braces. It's a strike to the. It's a strike to the ribs. So she definitely does.
Oh, she
Have-
hits. She hits tough. That
Yeah.
little girl is. She's not like super strong, but that's form and technique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maeve is easing closer at this point because
Carol
that's why
attacks
Kira's
again.
taken several strings in a go, or several swings in a go.
Carol
So-
attacks again.
Oh.
One, two, three, 4 bashing.
All right. Kira. You know what? Kira's going to attempt to dodge this one.
Oh, then you got to dodge 4. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll ignore that damage. I thought you weren't, so ignore that damage roll.
Okay, that is 6.
Right, that's 1 success. So 3. Oh, she hits you again, same place, that same rib. Doesn't get as much impact, but you're on 3 bashing.
Yep.
I look fucking sore. And Carol growls and keeps coming. 1, 2, 3 again.
This time. This
Keep in
time.
mind, you have a weapon, she doesn't.
Yeah, I
She's
was gonna say
powerful.
this time Kira's gonna attempt to parry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That is. That's Dex melee?
Yes.
Alright.
You knock 1 off. Five.
Kira's going down.
Oh yeah, she cracks 4 your ribs. She hits you in the same place. That rib and just poof, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kira goes down. She goes
Hits
down
you
like a
like a-
sack of bricks.
Like a fucking machine. Yeah, I mean she goes for it, like, you know, you kind of stump. She even kind of hits you that hard. She stumbles.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of topple over as where she like she she's stumbling. Then she starts to round on her as well, like seeing that you're down. Hang on now. Right image I need. She just starts to walk over very slowly, like taking these cautious steps.
Yeah. It'll take a few minutes. Yeah, I'm sure. But Kira will start to come around and slowly get up.
Oh, she's not letting you get up.
Ho
she doesn't.
ho!
Oh, she doesn't. She kicks her weapon away.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, that I can't do the scream that she does in your face, but she does that essentially.
As soon as she wakes up.
Yeah. Oh, she may. If you don't intervene, that's what she'll do.
Maeve is getting close enough to keep a more immediate eye. I assume that when she comes over, she kicks the weapon away and before Kira has a chance to come around, is essentially getting over straddling type thing, not necessarily looking to immediately jump on her again.
No, she's not. Doesn't look like she's about to hit her or anything. No.
For the moment, Maeve isn't stopping her. She is very close, but as long as Carol doesn't breach, kind of the standard rules of a spar, she's not going to step in. Carol knows what she's doing. I mean, Carol's angry, but Kira's also an Arun.
Yep.
So she is, for the moment, kind of seeing how this plays out because she hasn't had much time to sit and just watch Carol train, and she kind of feels bad about that.
Yeah, she picks Kira up by the collar, who's bloodied. Like 3 of your ribs are definitely broken, Kira, definitely. And she kicks the weapon out of your hand and lets out that bellow right in your face.
So, Carol is doing that. There is. I would say Kira almost echoes it. Yeah, she's coming up. She's got that roaring in her. Kira echoes it, and she goes. She's being held. Kira goes for a kick.
You are on a lot of things unless you drop willpower.
Yep, I will drop a willpower.
All right, roll
It's
damage.
3. Alrighty. That's 2.
Oh, she soaks it. But when you kick her, there's like a second where the bellow stops and she stares at you coldly. It's like it cuts off, which is eerie for Maeve. It's like gone. And she pauses for a second. Like staring down at you. Because, it's that head tilt.
So she's paused, staring at Kira.
Yep.
Yep, Kira's gonna kick again. That is 2 again.
Oh, you hit her. This time you hurt her.
Is she still holding on?
Oh yeah, but it's her turn now. She rolls her strength. You'll be at a difficulty 8 to do this. It pops. She puts her fingers in your eyes and presses. Took 3 lethal.
All right.
I'm assuming that puts her back out pretty fucking hard.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
she
it
starts. She gets way more intense. She starts screaming and just, you know what I mean? Digs her thumbs right into fucking Kira's eyes.
Yeah, that puts Kira back out pretty fast.
Yeah, Kira's already in a pretty bad place damage-wise, so no, that's about where Maeve will start moving over. She'll let Carol have that initial just victory scream, but
Maeve, if you don't get over there, she's gonna keep going.
yeah, the scream is okay. Anything more than that, and it's.
I'm going to
honestly,
emphasize she's screaming while she's doing it.
Oh,
She is
no,
not
it's time to
being
pull her off.
This is the point that I'm trying to emphasize. She is not doing this as a victory. She has put her thumbs in her eyes and is screaming, she's beginning to start to slam down her head.
Nope, it is time to pull the cub off. And I am not crazy, so I'm gonna take Glabro because I do not need to get my ass whooped when she reacts. But no,
Oh yeah,
maybe we'll
you
hurry
can
up.
wrestle her off.
We'll
You
spend the
can,
rage, and
definitely.
yeah, she'll just pull her off. Just saying, Carol, she's down and she is done.
They're like unfortunately, Maeve, incoherent thought at the minute is not. Logical thought is not happening for Arun. You know what I mean?
That is okay. It was on the off chance it would help. She didn't expect it to be the thing that would do it. No, she pulls her off.
Oh yeah, she does. I mean, like I'm gonna hand wave that you can get her off.
Yeah.
But in terms of like saying logically that Carol, it's at this point, Arun brain has taken over. She's not listening. You know what I mean? She's bucking but she's not wrestling you off. It's just, you know what I mean?
Nope, she's just very target locked. Oof. Yeah, it'll be the couple moments to get her pulled off, probably to try to redirect her, make sure that there's no, that's going to leave permanent damage.
Oh no, it's just lethal. She didn't get that far.
Can she redirect Carol's fury onto one of the dummies or something?
I mean, if you hold her there long enough, like imagine you've gripped onto her and are pulling her back, she does finally settle down. You know what I mean? Because she has blown rage.
Yep, she will just hold on to her until she starts settling again.
Their hands are fucking the thumbs. You know what I mean? They've got bits of like liquid and blood.
Yep. Yep. So once she's settled, Maeve will, cautiously loosen and then let go.
Yeah, Carol just kind of stands there awkwardly, like shaking. Looking down, not looking you in the eye.
Is the shaking a sign of more rage?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There's no way she can. You can't hide. She's in a room. She cannot hide the fact that she's furious.
I'm assuming it's pretty standard to be like, go run a circuit, get it out, essentially.
Yeah.
Do a lap.
Yeah.
She gives her the pat because she did well. She's not going to punish her for that. So no, she gives her a pat. Come on, do a lap.
She does. Greta just does this awkward stepping. I'm going to step back and away.
Yeah, she does good. She lets go of her prey and goes ahead to do the lap. That's all Maeve can ask of her. And yeah, Maeve will come over to at least make sure that Kira gets conscious and gets into another shape. Any shape, really.
It's an incredibly painful process to heal. It is. You can do it like snap, but Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there is a. I mean, it's when Kira regains consciousness, Maeve, like she sees you, and there's that.
I don't even know how well you're seeing right now. You'll at least feel that she's taken up one of your hands.
Yeah. It's that touch that it seems like it's the touch, the fact that you're holding her hand more than anything that prompts that just like rage spend, that instant shift to Glabro.
There you go. Yeah.
And she is humming too. She's not humming. She's not humming at you, but it's there. It's there. You can tell.
Yeah, it's the thing where, she gives the hand a squeeze, prompts the swap as you're doing it immediately, thank God. But almost immediately, she will go ahead to stand. She's not going to baby you. And while your eyes are knitting, which is blindingly painful, literally.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as soon as you can see again, you should probably do a lap.
And there's Maeve Kira's in pain. Like, she does not speak. There is just a shake of the head that you can interpret as an affirmation.
Yeah, no, she gives her a minute. She's keeping an eye because she does not need the two of them running side by side by any means. So she gets back upright to where she can see Carol taking her lap around, probably blowing a good amount of rage to do it. And
when Kira can see again, she'll ask, "Which way?"
Same direction, clockwise. Start off that way. But before you go, she does reach out to touch. Why armed?
It's Glabro, Maeve. It's probably a smile.
Why did you fight armed?
Because I've seen her training with Tarv. Wanted to see how she'd do against an armed opponent.
You know what? There's kind of the look of the lips and the rolling. It's like, well, I guess you've seen. And yeah, there'll be the gesture of no, go do the run. Jesus Christ.
Kira takes off running, and there's that. She takes off running. She gets, a good steady pace going, and then there's that foom as the rage spend happens.
The Carol comes back, but she just stands there very stoically, waiting for new orders.
Yeah, you know what? There is a glance to Carol as she comes back around. And since Kira's on it, her good run and probably not really listening so much as pouring out rage, it's just... That's the first time, isn't it, that someone's just flat refused to accept that they've lost?
Nod. I was told to accept the surrender if honorable.
Of course. You did well.
No, I didn't. She didn't learn. I did not do well. But I am a cub. She is not.
There's a bit of a glance at the jogging Kira. Thankfully, it is not up to you to teach her. You're not being graded on how well you teach a lesson, but
I
rather
wasn't
how.
trying to teach a lesson. Raya. She adds. You can tell, I'm mad, so I'm forgetting formality.
Then why are you concerned that she didn't learn?
She's still walking.
She's still lost.
Then Father said that opponent who doesn't surrender is opponent you don't spare.
If she had been an opponent, nobody would have pulled you off. If she had truly been an opponent, she wouldn't have gotten back up. You did everything you needed to do. If she hadn't been your septmate, it's very clear what would have happened.
Nod. Am I in trouble, Raya?
No. No, you're not in trouble for doing exactly
She
what
is-
you're meant to do.
She's a rank above me.
She's a Clea. And she came to offer you a chance to spar. You cannot be punished for accepting an offer. You cannot be punished for winning. And you cannot be punished for her failure to offer submission.
She does not think I am worthy of that, does she? It is because I'm a cop.
About her, she doesn't know when she's beaten.
I would not know if I was beaten if I lost to a cop either, Raya. She steps by. Can I go?
Oh, Carol. You may.
She nods stiffly and just starts walking.
Yeah, she's not going to stop her. And again, she's not going to punish Carol for doing exactly what she's been trained to do. That would be counterproductive, and the Den Father would be up my ass so fast I wouldn't even be able to say. She'll wait for Kira to finish her lap.
Yeah. And Kira finishes her lap. She comes jogging over. Like, just kind of rubbing her side because it's recently knitted together. She'll shift back down into Hamid.
Humor me. Is this something that's normal where you come from?
What do you mean?
Refusing to offer surrender to end a bout, even when you are long past fighting shape?
Kira thinks for a moment on that. Typically, no.
And you
But-
weren't fighting a tried and tested Cleith who has more experience under their belt, who's been out in the field. You were fighting an Arun cub who's still learning to check her rage. And you refused. While you were already broken.
I did.
And if I hadn't seen fit to follow you, what do you think would have happened?
I imagine I would have been quite injured.
I had to wrestle her off of you. She did not let go when you passed out. She's still a cub. And you tried to strip her victory away from her when she won the bout by refusing to surrender. There's nothing dishonorable about surrendering when you are beaten, especially not in a sparring match. So why did you refuse? She even paused, waited. She gave you ample opportunity.
She did.
So why did you risk making her a cub who had killed a Cleath by refusing to give her what she earned?
Kira looks at Maeve. I did not want to surrender to an Arun who has a connection to matcha. Not so easily.
Did you want her to kill you?
No.
Even Matcha understands honor. If you had looked on her fearlessly after that yell and said that you gave honorable surrender. That's not Matcha. That's Carol. That is a cub. And she is a very excellent Arun, as you have seen, having chosen to fight her armed while she was unarmed herself. But her control isn't perfect. And all you did was rile that up. All you did was refuse to give her victory and make her angry. And if I hadn't pulled her off of you, there's no telling how far she would have gone before she came back to herself. You're sparring with a cub, you should be thinking of her. Not thinking of how you're impressing some spirit she's connected to. That's between her and Matcha. It's not about you.
My apologies, Ryan. It won't happen again.
No, it won't. Because I can't risk it happening again while someone isn't here to fix it. Don't spar with her again without supervision.
Yes, Ryan.
And don't try to strip away the victory of one of your septmates just because you're too vain to give up. Kind of brushes herself off, having knelt down at one point to make sure she was all right and to get her awake again.
Yes, right.
And with that, she is just gonna, she's annoyed. She'll go ahead and turn away and go to. I assume Carol will headed back either towards where the Den parents usually are, or back towards the dorms, maybe even back towards the steeples.
Carol has headed off to where one of the dens she's been ordered to dig by the den mother is.
All right. Yeah, she'll let her do that. Probably means the Den mother is near there. And yeah, she will go and have herself a good stiff walk to try to dissipate her own annoyance before she gets.
Digging den good for getting out rage. Yes, den mother sage nods.
Good Den mama. She will probably look to find the Den father just to give him a heads up, so that if Carol is acting in any strange kind of way, he understands why, what's happened. But yeah,
Den mother just rubs his beard and just goes, "Oh, go find the wolf." just steps out like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to the fucking lupus."
yep.
Oh, what is my life?
She just got to keep the Den folks in the loop. That is part of her duty.
He just seemed more grumpy about actually having to fucking negotiate with the wolf about this.
They do argue like an old married couple. It's amazing. Yeah, she just makes sure he knows what's up. So if Carol's acting out, he knows why. He goes to talk to Den Mom, and with that, yeah, Maeve will go to get herself changed because she has a bunch of research to do and needs to bring her notebooks and needs to consider about 3 different kinds of spirit for 3 different jobs. And
Welcome to being a foster. Is anyone doing anything else in this scene?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
well then, with that, I think I will call it there. Da-na-na.